Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Am I the only one who doesn't want Dolores on The Real Housewives of Rhode Island? We are all aware that The Real Housewives of New Jersey is on pause for the foreseeable future due to certain cast members refusing to film with one another and the overall toxicity surrounding the show. I can understand why the ladies of New Jersey would be extremely frustrated with the show's long pause and the lack of information regarding who would be returning and who would be saying farewell. However, that does not mean I believe that Housewives should swerve out of their lane and join another franchise. I believe that The Real Housewives of Rhode Island was created to steer away from all the negative energy and toxicity throughout the Real Housewives franchise right now. A new show means new beginnings and fresh starts. Bringing in a whole new group of women in a different state is just what this franchise needs. But I think in order for it to succeed, there needs to be an entirely new cast, without Dolores Catania. If Dolores were to join this new show, I think the Real Housewives of Rhode Island would lose authenticity from the jump. The reason we all fell in love with the Housewives franchise to begin with is because of how real it was. It started out as a group of women experiencing and navigating life together. Some were related, others were best friends, and some were mortal enemies. Regardless of their relationship with each other, we loved it because it was authentic and real. Adding Dolores to the mix, in my opinion, takes away from that realness because she has been on The Real Housewives of New Jersey for 8 years. She knows how everything works, she knows how to play the game, and she knows what we viewers like and do not like. Her presence on the new show would take away from the women who are experiencing reality television for the first time, because everybody would be authentically themselves, except Dolores. Looking back to season 1 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, all the ladies were genuinely themselves because nobody was used to being on television. We got the bubbly Teresa Giudice, the wild Danielle Staub, and the Zen Dina Manzo. I'm afraid that if Dolores joined the new show, we would not get the true personality traits of the new women because Dolores has played the game. Her presence could affect the authenticity before The Real Housewives of Rhode Island has even truly begun. When Andy Cohen dropped the news that The Real Housewives of Rhode Island will be coming to Bravo eventually, he also mentioned that The Real Housewives of New Jersey now has some competition. Andy explained that the women of Rhode Island are very Italian, and reminded him of the old-school Jersey days. If this is the case, my question is, why is Dolores even needed then? If this new show is similar to the early seasons of New Jersey, and the cast is filled with Italian women, then I do not think there is any reason to bring Dolores in. Watching the new group of fierce Italian women navigate through Rhode Island sounds extremely entertaining to me. And if it is so similar to New Jersey already, then I do not see the point in bringing a cast member from New Jersey onto the show. Dolores has had her time to shine on her own show and share her own experience with Italian culture with us. Now it is the women of Rhode Island's turn. I am a huge fan of Dolores Catania. I think she is a strong, courageous woman who can stand her own ground. But that does not mean that I think she should jump ship from The Real Housewives of New Jersey and join Bravo's hottest new housewife edition. I think Dolores would take away from the authenticity of the new show from the jump. And I do not see the need for her presence if The Real Housewives of Rhode Island is already giving Italian Jersey vibes. And you can throw your wine glass at me if you want. I do not want Dolores on The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. There. It's out. My truth has been spoken into the universe. And if that means I'm banned from the next clam bake at Newport Beach Club, so be it. But someone has to say it. It's not that I don't like Dolores. She's fine, in small doses. She's loyal, she's got a killer wardrobe, and her eyebrow game has been fierce since 2006. But that's exactly the problem. She's too fine. Too done. Too Jersey. And that's where the issue begins. Dolores belongs to another franchise. She's a relic of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, where chaos reigns, hair is pulled, and pasta is thrown like confetti. Rhode Island, on the other hand, has its own kind of drama. More subtle, more coastal. More, my father is on the board of the yacht club, and your behavior is absolutely unbecoming. You can't just drop a Garden State firecracker into a seaside candlelit dinner party and expect things to stay on brand. Now, I get it. Bravo loves a crossover. The producers see numbers. The execs hear buzzwords like franchise synergy and established fanbase. But this isn't a multi-episode arc where Dolores is visiting her cousin in Narragansett. This is her full-on, holding a quahog in the opening credits, sipping Chardonnay in Bristol kind of deal. And frankly, I don't buy it. Let's talk logistics. Dolores drives a Maserati. She eats dinner at 10:30 p.m. She once threatened to flip a table and meant it. The women of Rhode Island, by contrast, are more silent power. Their battles are fought with icy smiles over brunches in mansions named after someone's grandfather. They don't yell, they seethe. They cut you with a passive-aggressive compliment about your shellfish fork technique and then donate to your rival's charity. Dolores? She would just say what she thinks, and that kind of directness, while refreshing in certain circles, would bulldoze the delicately constructed tension that makes RHORI so addictive. And don't get me started on the aesthetic mismatch. Rhode Island housewives are pearls and Nantucket reds. Dolores is contour and camo joggers. Rye is rose gold stemware and nautical centerpieces. Dolores is marble countertops, black and gold versus decor, and giant portraits of herself in her foyer. You see where I'm going with this. It's not just oil and water. It's Dell's lemonade and a Red Bull espresso martini. Culturally, the clash is even louder. Rhode Island is full of long-standing Waysby dynasties, genteel mob whispers, and understated generational wealth. Everyone's connected somehow. Your spin instructor is also your dermatologist's niece who used to date your cousin's ex-husband. The tea is centuries deep. Dolores? She is the tea. She doesn't spill it, she boils it, tosses in some ghost pepper, and throws the pot at your face. And yet, people seem excited. I hear whispers at the nail salon in Barrington. Ooh, Dolores is coming. She's gonna shake things up. Finally, someone who isn't afraid of Claudine. Yes, Claudine, the queen bee, real estate empress. The woman who held a silent fundraiser during her own divorce and made $200,000 in one night while sipping a lavender martini and wearing a Channel mourning veil. Claudine is unshakable. At least she was, until Bravo decided to unleash Dolores on her marble front steps. I can already imagine the scene. Dolores in a leather blazer, stepping out of a black SUV, squinting at the fog rolling in from Narragansett Bay. Claudine standing on the veranda with her twin King Charles Spaniels, silently judging the newcomer's patent leather stilettos sinking into her heirloom lawn. It's not that I fear conflict. That's what we're here for. After all, drama. Conflict is the lifeblood of the Housewives universe. But there's a difference between friction and franchise hijacking. If Dolores joins, there's a real risk that RHORI turns into a knockoff of RHONG with fancier chowder. That it loses its delicate balance of legacy and lunacy. That the quiet unraveling of Maribel's marriage to the maritime lawyer gets overshadowed by Dolores flipping over a lobster roll because someone mentioned her ex-husband's girlfriend. Maybe this sounds like gatekeeping. Maybe it is. But part of what makes each Housewives city great is its unique flavor. You wouldn't want Vicki Gunvalson in Salt Lake City. You wouldn't put Karen Huger in Dallas. Though, actually, that one might be fun. But still, the point remains. These shows work best when they reflect their surroundings, geographically, culturally, spiritually. And Dolores? She's not Rhode Island. She's exit 12 on the turnpike with the windows down and the volume up.